Another main topic we need to cover is using multiple reducers. Let's start in our reducer file and split it up. Let's take our newly created user input action and put it in its own reducer, and we can call it user reducer.js. Let's also delete the user input action from our original reducer and rename that reducer to reducer1. We can also delete the user text from the initial state. Finally, we need a way to combine these reducers. Create another file in your reducers folder called index.js. We will see in a second why we called this file index.js. In this file, import both the reducers and also import the combine reducers function from Redux. By convention, let's create a const and name it root reducer. This variable will contain the value of the combine reducer function. In this function, we pass in a user-defined property, and the value is the reducer we imported at the top. And remember the properties names, we will use them shortly. And finally, export the default root reducer at the bottom. Now go to the root index.js file in the source directory. Change the import statement by removing the reducer at the end and simply point to the reducers directory. Webpack will automatically add index.js if we leave it blank. There's only one more change we have to make in our container file. The actions can stay as they are. In our map state props function, when we want to retrieve the state, we must now specify the reducer where the state is located, and the location will be the same as the user-defined property we set in the combine reducers function. So use stateprop equals state.reducer1.stateprop, and then user text equals state.userReducer.userText. We don't have to make any other changes to our container. The map dispatch to props can also stay as is. And let me just fix a typo right here. Let's now save everything and test our app. And yes, it's working as expected. And congrats on setting up your React Redux app. This may seem simple, but this is really the cutting edge of technology you're working with, and very few people can proficiently or even understand this stuff. And if you can build this simple app, you're not that far off from building complex production apps with React and Redux. Good work, and keep going.